Hey, I'm Matt, and welcome aboard Sea Bear. I'm about to embark on the Great American Loop, a 5,500-mile, one-year-long travel around the connected waterways that encircle the eastern half of the United States. I'm launching tomorrow morning, Saturday, May 28th, at around 9 a.m. if all goes well. I've loaded up my boat, Sea Bear, a 26-foot nimble Kodiak 1998 motor sailor with a mast that can be lowered all by myself, so I can get through some areas where you got to be under 19 feet to clear through in Chicago, and then on the Erie Canal about 15 feet for some of the bridge clearances. So this boat's great for that. Pretty well single-hand sailed and pretty economic on with an inboard for cruising on the motor as well. So it's going to be a slow, steady pace, probably about 5.5, 6 knots maybe on the motor, and then we'll see what the wind gives me. Been planning this trip for about 5 years. I started thinking about it and doing a bunch of designs for a boat to build myself. A move and COVID and a renovation and a lot of other things kind of put the build on hold, and I opted for the boat I have now, which has a lot of characteristics where I can stand up and operate in an enclosed pilot house. Let's see here. And there's a lot of glass. I can see out and around all over. The V-berth is about 8 feet long, and so that's great. And I'm a little over 6 foot tall, and I can walk in here nice and unencumbered. And I have a wheel forward, and I have a wheel in the stern. It's pretty nice. It's got a lot to offer. I had to add a table over here that drops down, and that becomes a cooktop. Looking here in the cockpit, we have the rudder. That long stick is actually the navigation light. I've got a trolling motor that I use to push the dinghy around. The bamboo poles to help push me through shallow areas and the like. Some rigging, a lot of fenders, 6 of them all around. Got my power cord there. On the bow, looking aft, we see the hatch over the helm station in the pilot house and the large hatch in the companionway. Solar panel, a net. These are water bags for a solar shower. So it's a tiny boat, but I've got a lot of stuff on it. There's the ball for the anchor to mark that, and my flags for the American Great Loop Cruising Association and the Epping Forest Boat Club. Got a set of shark jaws up there, a la the orca in the movie Jaws. My butterfly hatch, and another hatch that goes down in the V-berth. I had to beef up the anchor locker. Had a flower pot to extend the height of it because I added some heavy chain and a lot more line than the original that came with the boat. Another reason I'm doing this journey is because it's a good time. I just retired from the Federal Bureau of Prisons as a law enforcement officer. I have mandatory separation from the agency at age 57. Next week I turn 57. So I said goodbye to the Bureau of Prisons. April 30th was my final date. Had a nice retirement party here and a sort of a combination launch party for this journey. So it's a great time to do this while I'm young and able to do it. I love the water. I love being on boats of any sort and exploring, adventuring. I've done several other adventures in my life, kayaking, mountaineering, etc., scuba diving. This boat journey really appealed to me. It's long and going to be away, but you know, there's military folks that go on tours of duty for such periods of time. So it's doable, and I'm in touch. I'm in sight of shore. I have cell service pretty much the whole trip long. So it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. I'm gonna make the best of it, have opportunity to hit civilization, restock my groceries every couple of days. I've got several jerry cans for diesel fuel and some fresh water for a little certain sections that are gonna be several days between pit stops, but I'll do well. Just thought I'd share what people most often ask about. They say, isn't your wife going with you on your trip? And originally, the answer was yes. But when I started planning several years back, she was at a different job teaching and had a sabbatical and a whole summer off and was going to join me for a good chunk of the trip. Now she's in an administrative position and doesn't have that sabbatical or the summer off. So she will tag up with me in various cities here and there, and we'll meet up for short weekends and whatnot, and she'll join me for little bits and pieces. Another question about the trip is, why is it called Crux Loop? And Crux comes from my rock climbing days, and I even have a personalized license plate that says Crux Man. So the Crux figurine on my logo thing is the X in Crux, and it's supposed to be sort of a rock climber. So it comes from rock climbing days, and in rock climbing, Crux in a rock climb is the hardest point on a route. In the dictionary, Crux is defined as an obstacle requiring resolution. I just kind of latched onto that and liked it because in life and boating and rock climbing and all these other things, there are moments that are crux moments, and a lot of folks have heard the crux of the matter. But the essence, the true piece that is so paramount, that crux moment, there could be many, but that's what really kind of defines alive sometimes, and it really brings about some interesting times in life, and the life moments, the life experiences are those crux moments so many times. So it was a handle that sort of stuck, and I've embraced over all the years, and so I used it for this loop trip, to just kind of be an easy thing for me to remember, and unique title for folks to be able to find. So anyways, I hope to encounter many other fun moments, crux moments throughout my journey. But I've had some times on this boat already. It can take a lot, I can take a lot, and I'll try not to repeat some of the flounders I've learned from in the past. Some fun little factoids about the Great American Loop, other than it being anywhere from 5,200 to 6,000 miles, depending on permutations and side trips and such that folks take and do. There are fewer people that do this every year than climb Mount Everest or swim the English Channel, I'm told. So about 200, maybe 300 loopers, as they're known, will be out here doing this, and I'll probably cross paths with them and leapfrog here and there. My boat is not one of the faster boats, but it's not all about speed, it's about persistence. My philosophy or motto or such is to move when it's safe to do so. Safe starts with the weather, and then myself, and then the boat. So if all of those are good to go, then it's time to make some headway and make it to the next anchorage or marina where I can get some sleep and start all over the next day. So I hope to be moving at least 4 days a week. Average goal, rough goal, is to do about 115 miles a week, and that should get me the entire journey, maybe a little more here and there. I'm not hoping to do more than 35-40 miles a day on average, and that should take me maybe 8 hours, maybe 10 hours, depends on if I'm sailing on the motor and how fast I'm going. A lot of boats that people take their trips on the Great American Loop are trawlers, and they can get up and do 8, 10, 12 knots comfortably. Being 26 feet long on my boat, the hull speed is about a little over 6 knots, and maybe 6.5 miles per hour, somewhere around there. So that's gonna going to take a little while, and if I go faster than that, I'm really burning through a lot of fuel and inefficiently. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where that is. I've got all sorts of gadgets on board to keep me on course. I can pretty much see the shore from most every point of the journey, and I'll have chart plotters, my cell phone with all sorts of apps on it, and the like, and backup paper charts for every part of the journey. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.